welcome to your February 2nd Monday Power Hour meeting with Katelyn, Carly, and Claire. I can't believe we're saying February.
It's the best month of the year.
That's right?
Yes. It's the shortest month of the year, too.
Is that why?
Good news, it's nice and bright out there, and there's lots of people here, and I'm not sure many people online, so I have a feeling that maybe spring's just around the corner. The groundhog came in, saw the shadow, which means
Spring is coming early.
spring is coming early rather than late.
Yep.
I think it's gonna.
He didn't see a shadow.
Didn't see a shadow.
Did not see
So
a
if they
shadow.
don't see their shadow, that means
spring is coming
spring
early.
is quicker.
Long winter. They go back to high.
Oh, thank God.
We better get our groundhog.
I don't think, have you guys ever watched a Groundhog Day?
As far as I'm
What does he
concerned,
do? Does he stand up and like, I don't get it.
Oh my God, there's another groundhog.
There's about 10 of them, huh?
Yeah.
There's no
Are they all saying?
There's no official groundhog? I thought there was.
Willie predicts early spring, but Phil disagrees.
Oh, Phil.
They used to have one in Wyerton. They used to have an albino. I think it was Wyerton. Anyways, they used to have an albino groundhog, and it was white, right? And he'd come out every year. And then one day they went there to get him, and he was passed away.
Oh no.
Oh,
So
no
how do
spring.
you replace an albino groundhog? So they just showed the body, right?
that's funny.
It's weird things we do. But you think spring's around the corner anyways?
Let's pray.
I think so. I'm reading that there's lots of pent up demand. And they're starting to come out.
Is gone, I think.
I don't
I think
know.
it's here.
It's
Oh, because of the snow?
that's not what global warming is. But did anyone run open houses this weekend? I only got one notification for the Sunday. I don't remember Saturday.
Archana, I saw
Archana
Archana
is-
did the
I don't know if
Saturday and
she's
Sunday.
online.
I didn't see any other notices though.
No, I didn't either.
Is it because the weather was too cold?
Yeah, too
I don't know,
cold.
just curious. For open houses?
I'm seeing one
Hey.
nod.
Did anybody see open houses out in their travels? Like many other people doing open houses? Very busy. Very
Yeah.
busy on open houses? Okay.
I saw them on the way to the new office. Yeah.
Okay.
My client went to one downtown, and there was like 7 people.
7 people at the open house? Okay. So if
A
you're
boutique
sitting
building.
there wondering how to get some business, I mean, ask somebody else to kind of do an open house for your listing. I mean, I'm sure that lots of people would voluntarily give their
Yeah.
listings up.
Yeah.
I've been noticing more offer names. I don't know if you guys have seen that more often. I don't know if it's in Durham right now that I'm seeing it, but I'm seeing more offer names. Just from clients sending listings, and you're like, wait, that seems too good to be true.
One of our agents had multiples. You had multiples again last week? Was it last week or the week before? Last week?
Where is yours? Milton? More West End? Or all over?
Today I lost something on Markham.
Yeah.
Today as well?
Yeah, 1.4. Listing 1.45, offer 1.4. They are expecting 1.8.
1.8.
Markham, right?
Were they
Listed at 1.4?
Okay, so
Damn.
here's what I see going on right now. The buyers have this number in their head, 1.4, I'll just throw out there, 1.4, and the sellers have another number in their head, 1.8. They get multiple offers at 1.4. The guys come in at 1.4, but the guy still wants 1.8. So did they sell it all?
They're going on.
still going?
They're still signing back
It's
and
an
forth?
early.
Okay.
We said we are not going.
What time did it start at?
No, today was not the offer date. I
The-
submitted fully, but they received.
Oh, that was your bully.
Good for you. Nice. Okay. So you did a bully offer, and they're still holding off offer date, right?
And they want 400 more than.
What they are doing, we submitted, client visited the open house. I think that particular listing agent has got 2 or 3 properties listed. Anybody visiting this one, they are saying also look at those properties. So they are diverting all the buyers. So you are already here for the open house. I am also diverting you to see my this listing, same, see my another listing, same area. They are like,
Very interesting, eh?
Did you go over asking an unconditional, or did you just give like a regular offer?
Was it firm?
full price, without any condition.
Without any conditions, but full ask price.
50,000 less.
Oh, less.
Less than asking, but holding
50
offer
less
is.
than asking. We thought there should be negotiating window. I said I will go 150 more. They want 1.8.
Did comparables more support your price or the sellers or in between? What do comparables support?
See, it's a 3,250 square feet big lot. Lot size 50 by 150, I think. Say they know.
Is there anything that's sold for 1.8 that would support that goal?
Not. They say we are going to set up a new record of the new. See, they are
I like
confident that since the lot size is bigger, they will be able to build the second dwelling unit. So that is their selling.
Is it in the suburbs?
Sorry?
It's a suburb, right? Like for the lot?
So Markham, Clark and Young.
I'm talking about setting record pricing in a downward market.
That
That's
would be,
confidence.
that would make the news.
That's a nice area though, isn't it? That's a nice area.
Yeah.
It's probably 1.6.
So maybe
right?
1.6. Okay, so not 1.8,
Yeah.
but maybe
That's
in the
what I think
middle.
is somewhere
Carly
in
was saying.
between.
Okay.
Okay, does anybody else have the same situation with multiple offers? Anybody else here? No?
Oh yeah, you were competing.
Yeah, what did they start at again, Sandy?
They're
What's
at 6.8.
so this was 6.8. Then they reduced to
They've been reducing for
4.9.
every 3
But when you guys
months,
finally offered, what were they at?
4.9.
6.8 reduced to 4.9. We offered, and then 2 more other people also offered.
So that might be the price.
That was the price to generate
Yeah.
the action for
I
sure.
predicted that as soon as it went under.
Did it sell?
Uh,
Conditional.
So I'll tell you a story what happened back in 22, right? Where an agent was trying to protect their buyer. They're trying to get the best deal for their buyer, and they kept on losing offers. Eventually what happened is the buyer went somewhere else, got another agent. Why? Because she kept on losing offers. Why did she keep on losing offers? Because she's trying to get a deal for her client. Backfire. Right? So you got to be careful what your client's telling you. So if you think the property's worth 1.6 and he wants to put an offer 1.4 and he loses, whose fault is it? Right? It's your fault, right? So
Sandy. That was really mean. That was really mean.
so you got to be careful. I don't know if it's 1.6, 1.4. I have no idea, right? But the point is that you're trying to be a hero for your client. Your client's blaming you for losing all the time, and all they want is a house. You're trying to save them 5,000, 10,000. You're trying to save them pennies on the bigger picture, and it backfires. So you got to be careful a little bit.
Yeah.
Mo was also
On the listing side, have you not had a listing where somebody's come in with an offer that's been so low that it's crazy too, right? So you got to understand there's some.
Everyone's gonna be mad at you.
Just be careful that don't be a hero, right? So.
Yeah. I think the hero is selling the house and closing. That is the ultimate hero right now, is just selling a property, not so much who got the record price. Because it's hard out there just to sell it.
Yeah. Do you want to go through your coaching stuff from earlier?
Sure. So we did another coaching session today with Brandon. Are you guys liking him? I know some people were liking him, not liking him. I like him. I feel like he's to the point. He's very Mike Ferry, but more modern. But anyways, we did 2 videos today. One was, if I was a new agent today, this is what I would do to find clients. So he was going back, he's like, even if you're experienced or brand new, if you are desperate for money right now, he was giving the exact strategy on how to find a quick client, not something. We teach a lot of like long-term relationship building, and sometimes that doesn't really work for people that have a mortgage to pay. So he went through quite a few different strategies. He made a good point that when you get your license, you don't realize that we're actually in a lead generating business. We have a license to sell, but we ultimately, at the end of the day, are in a lead generating business to find clients. He says there's only 6 ways to find clients. One, and we've talked about these obviously in the past, but one is a paid inbound way. So this would be, you're paying for flyers, you're paying for farming, is what he was going in. People are calling you. That is a very expensive way and more of a long-term strategy, and that's not going to find you clients today, but it's one to add obviously to your pillars. The second one would be a paid outbound. So this would be stuff like Agent Locator, Zillow, Commissions Inc. Claire was talking about some of our agents have used Commission Inc. This is when you're actually paying for leads. And we have a leads program. I think you're all starting to realize that leads are just numbers, and right? Emails, phone numbers, names, and all that. They're not clients. So again, this is a really expensive way to find clients. And lots of money to spend for names and numbers, and it takes, I think he said it was a 1% conversion rate. So if you don't convert a lot of them, that is why. That is also not one of the strategies he's recommending for today. The third one would be for referral partners. So this is things such as working with lawyers, insurance brokers, accountants. This is a great long-term strategy, not good for a new agent. This one takes a little bit more long-term. The fourth way is your sphere of influence, which is the number one way to find clients, but again, not something that is going to work out for a brand new agent because people don't trust you yet. And he's saying this goes for experienced agents too, but sphere of influence, again, is a long form way of building your business. The fifth one is an unpaid inbound. So this is stuff like social media, personal branding, and email marketing. people that go into this strategy, you really do have to understand how marketing works, how social media works, and how tech works. So this is also really hard for brand new agents, and it can typically take about a year, is what he's saying, to find a client. So great strategy to find clients for the future and stuff to work on. But do you guys know what the number one way would be? Some of you guys were in the session, but what was it, Tashia? No. Not quite. I know your contacts would be the number one way I would suggest, but if you were looking for a client tomorrow and you really, really need a client, the number one way is through unpaid, so free outbound reach. So this is your cold calling. So he's saying reaching out, it is not sexy or glamorous, but it is the fastest way to get clients. You don't have to like it, but it works. So he was talking all about cold calling for sellers particularly. You need to understand that you are in sales, so you need to learn how to prospect and pick up the phone. And this is the most predictable model for a brand new agent or an agent that has experience and needs to get a client today. He did talk about the different ways to find clients. He did interview an agent after that who does calling 3 hours a day, doing 50 conversations. So if you're not hitting that, then it's going to be really hard. But there's 3 different funnel ways to do your cold calling. So one is by finding a home that had multiple offers on it, which obviously is going to be a little bit harder, but if you guys can find a home in a specific neighborhood and looking up anything that's sold, he said 1 to 3 days. I would maybe argue with like maybe 1 to 7 or 1 to 10 days that it's sold. And something that in particular, if you guys scroll down to the bottom and saw it had an offer night and it sold on offer night or maybe within a couple days, typically those ones may have had some multiple offers on it. And this is a good way to cold call the area to say, hey, this house sold. A few buyers missed out on this opportunity. Would you think about selling? So that's a really good way to cold call. It actually wasn't the number one. He said this typically takes about 6 to 12 months to convert a seller like that. The middle of the funnel is a little bit faster. This is about 3 to 6 months to get it. And it's to reach out to tired landlords, maybe downsizers that have lived in a home for 20 years. And he mentioned having the master bedroom on the second level. So not going after so much the downsizers in the bungalows, because we're realizing seniors aren't really leaving their bungalows as quickly as they used to before, but going after somewhere like where Claire lives, where he's been in this home for 30 plus years. It's a big home. It's just the 2 of them. They're empty nesters. And they may think about downsizing into a bungalow. So going after neighborhoods like that.
Yeah, when?
So like going after agents or clients like that. Typically these people that sold 20 years ago don't really have a relationship with an agent. And he was saying how these types of clients are just older people and usually a lot nicer because they're in their golden years. They're not in the trenches of newborn babies and all that. The kids have grown up. They're in their golden years. So that is one of the types of sellers that we should be calling. But the number one method, the number one lead source for if you want to get a client today is to reach out to previously listed properties. So maybe one that had its time and didn't sell in that time, without me saying it, obviously, or even properties that maybe tried to list last year and canceled it, that had a full termination and have not hit the market yet. Those are types of people, or FSBOs as well. These are the number one. So if you guys are struggling right now to find clients, the number one way is to go and look up what has listed and is not sold. Unfortunately, in the US that he was talking about, I forget what it was called, Claire, do you remember?
What's that?
The
Vulcan.
Vulcan.
Vulcan stuff.
Fortunately, in the US, they have it a lot easier than us. So when you hear coaches talking about these types of properties, they have actual companies that provide the phone numbers for these types of properties. We don't have the luxury of having cell phone numbers and all of that. We do have the luxury of obviously going to the door and door knocking, or we do have the Fulton phone list. So we do have the do not call list, but again, landlines can be a little bit tricky. So that is obviously one that agents always fight us on, but there are still people out there.
Just to tell you what's going on in the States there, in the States when you order pizza, you leave your phone number, or Uber, or you leave your phone number, or whoever it might be, they take those phone numbers and sell them to these companies, and that's how they get their cell numbers. In Canada, it's against the law.
Yeah, we have a lot against the law.
In Canada, we have privacy laws. We're not allowed, no way that Pizza is allowed to sell their list of phone numbers that they get from their clients. But in the States, it's a free-for-all. So.
Exactly. So is there anyone in this room that literally needs a deal in the next month?
Hello.
None of you guys?
Everybody.
Hopefully we're all awake, right? So I just gave you guys a really good strategy. So if you are literally looking at your bank statement right now and you are freaking out, cold calling, unfortunately, is the only way. I think, or door knocking if we can't get the number. But if you need something today, something that was previously listed and did not sell, these were people that put their hand up and said, I want to sell my home. So that was your quick strategy. The other one would to go after someone that just listed, just sold. But like I said, it's a year strategy. The other one was the 3 to 6 month strategy, which is the downsizers. But the number one quickest method is previously listed.
We also got converted 2 leads from an open house in December.
Yeah. So Sanic just said Mo just converted 2 open house leads just recently as well. So I obviously think open houses is a huge strategy as well, which we've been trying to push towards you guys.
Yeah, just for the legalities, just so you know, against our privacy laws do
Yeah.
not allow us to look at MLS to find out expired listings. That's against the law. You're not allowed to do that.
Yeah.
But if you've got a friend's cousin that's got the property for sale and never sold, or if you've got a farm area that the property's up for sign came up and the sign's down, or you're door knocking and somebody said the neighborhood blah blah blah, then there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing against the law to go in and talk to people. Just you can't identify them through MLS. That's all.
Yeah. You can't say, hey, I saw your property expired. I'm here to see if you want to sell it. It has to be a very strategic script where I'm calling the entire area. Oh, you had it on the market? I had no idea. Like, you have to kind of have a script for it for sure. What about cancels though? If they canceled the listing,
Same
it didn't
thing,
expire,
same thing.
you still can't. Okay. But
if you had a client looking for that property and it's not, also it's not there,
yes.
then hey, my client wanted to buy your place there, now it's not for sale. What's going on?
Yeah, and we've done that strategy, but going directly to the previous listing agent, and that's been more successful, but you could go directly to the seller too. So there's a strategy. So if none of you make a pay by the end of this month, and I know you didn't do this, but I want you to do this.
Now, there used to be websites it's called Mace and was it Red something or other down the States there that gave for sale by owner phone numbers. Has anybody replaced those people yet? Or for sale by owners disappeared? Like
It disappeared, right?
for sale by owners have
You used to
gone?
do that.
So nobody's, because why have for sale by owners disappeared then?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking you.
I would
Are they hiring agents
you're
now
asking me why
instead?
FISBOs disappeared?
Remember I asked you.
I'm gonna guess that
what
people.
did I say?
You were looking, but you couldn't find it.
Yeah. Oh no, for that company. Yeah. That Mace company. Yeah. Okay. I know what you're saying here. You couldn't find a company that's doing it, but my question is, are you doing it? Is anybody else looking for sale by owners? Forget about the companies.
Yeah. And this coach says if you're looking for FISBOs, you got to go on Kijiji. I think Craigslist is still around in Facebook Marketplace. So it's not rocket science, guys. Or you're driving around and you see a rinky-dink sign that says for sale. We've seen those, right?
Agents.
I've also seen for lease signs that look like little garage sale. Maybe you reach out to the landlord and say, hey, have you thought about putting it on the market? Have you thought about selling it? Like, there's so many, you have to be a little bit more proactive, obviously, with the FISBO. But those are the only sources I would think to find is Facebook Marketplace, Kijiji, Craigslist. I don't think it's, and you have to scour it, look up the address, see if it's on MLS. It does take a little bit of skill.
Yeah, company is already gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Mace guy. Yeah.
So we have to do it ourselves. There's no company for it right now. Takes work.
Katelyn brought up a good point the other day. That we're talking about prospecting. Here we're talking about prospecting. People that have put up their hands saying they want to sell, but some people don't want to use the phone, which is fine. But we do have the do not call list phone number, so you have that's available to you to be able to go to find all the phone numbers not allowed to call. That's all there, and it's ready to go at that point, right? But Katie made a good point the other day there when we talk about prospecting. When we say prospecting, not necessarily prospecting on the phone or phoning strangers or phoning people you don't know. Any type of prospecting. When you're doing like DM, direct messaging, I think is the one that I picked up.
It could be DMing, it could be texting, it could be going to your kid's soccer game, your kid's martial arts practice. Like, it could be just, it's networking, talking to people, whatever form of communication that is.
So the thing I do know is that people that prospect and are good at it, or people that go after different types of FISBOs and are good at it, each of them is spending 2-3 hours a day on the phone. So if you're not going to be using the phone, there's no reason why you can't spend 2 or 3 hours a day DMing people. Like, that should be the part of the routine. If you're not going to be phone calling, what are we doing, right?
Who are we talking to?
Right? So why not set up a routine?
Yeah. And
the
open
DM
houses
people,
is part of it
spend
too.
2-3 hours a day doing nothing but searching all the people in your Facebook that you know and see what they're doing, what they're up to, and commenting on them. Get in the game, get engaged, right? That's
That's why I think we like.
don't be a secret agent, right?
Yeah, people farming.
People farming, right? But if you can't phone call, if you're afraid of phone calling, well, DM.
Yep.
Makes sense to me.
Good.
Do you want to jump right into stats then?
I'm gonna do something else first.
Okay.
Actually, do you want to do your video thing
Yeah, I
first?
want to do my video thing.
All right, we're gonna have a debate, guys. Let's have a debate.
Oh,
Last week, I don't know if you guys were here. I think I turned off the radio, but at the end of the meeting, I told
that's
everybody
nice.
how we did Morgan Freeman or Warren Buffett. When you search their names on YouTube, they come up with this whole long speech. Who was here at the meeting last week when I showed that? Right? Nobody's here yet. So we showed it, right? And then Sanek's not here right now, but he wasn't sure whether it was AI or not AI.
Oh,
So now it's made the newspapers. Now it's sort of getting into the whole thing, and now everybody's caught on what I'm talking about here. This is Warren Buffett talking about Canada-U.S. relationships, and he talks for half an hour. And the other one was Morgan Freeman, and there's other people on there that talk about it. It's all 100% fake. It's AI fake. It's AI generated. This is pro-Canadian, so I like to think it's a Canadian that's writing this. But the problem that they're saying here, they don't know who it is. And it's not just Warren Buffett, it's a whole bunch of famous people talking politics, and they make kind of sense what they're talking about, but it's very political and very opinionated, right? But it's curious, but anyways, it's there. So my idea was, why can't we have you guys, if you guys are afraid of the video, and I'm assuming, I'm making assumptions that the trainers are telling everybody you need to have video, right? And I'm guessing that 98% of the people don't want to do video because they're not comfortable with it. Would that be fair to say? Mm-hmm. So my idea then was, okay, why don't we just do what these guys are doing? Just take a picture of yourself and write a script and have yourself talk AI. But now you guys are telling me.
so we went to the Buzz conference last week, and the video guy, I will take it with a grain of salt because the guy owns a videography company, so obviously he doesn't want us to get rid of their business. But they were saying that when you are doing these AI videos, like we were doing those Sora videos and all of that, or clients will just think that you're a liar and you're fake. So they're going on saying, if you are going to go the route of doing AI videos like that, what you were just talking about, as soon as you noted that it's AI, the clients are like, it's fake, and now they don't trust you. And the only way to get clients to work with us is through trust. So when all of a sudden they see you making all AI videos, they're like, well, that's not even him. What's real anymore? They're saying that now the clients are going to think of you as fake. So what the recommendation was to still use AI in a different way, where you're part of the introduction of a video. Maybe it's a couple sentences and you're using ChatGPT for the script of the video, but you're filming yourself. And then in the middle of the video, it might be like a listing, or it might be just B-roll that you've taken, like videos of something, and it might just be a voiceover. So I don't know if you guys are watching us on Instagram, but I've been doing a lot of voiceover videos of the new office and whatnot. I'm not reading a script myself, but you can have a script written up, and it does take editing. You can read a script on there, but not your face on there, but you're doing a voiceover script over a video, and then you end the video with yourself talking. So, or maybe it's an AI of you at the beginning and the end, but at the end of the day, they're saying you need to be in the video, and you can't do too much AI, or the public will start to not believe us, right? What's that?
So
Just be yourself.
Yeah, so you have to, as much as we don't want to be on camera, we have to, like, we're always looking for the easy way, even just with cold calling. We don't want to cold call. If their list isn't provided, I'm not going to cold call. It's like, we know all the things that works, but we're not doing it. But you're trying to come up with the easy way to make people the magic pill.
So we're debating here, right? So you
Yeah.
guys have to pick a side.
I think there's a mix of AI, but you need to be on there, and you think it might be okay to AI yourself.
Yeah. So what they said here, the article said that even though this is a fake article and it's not true and it's all AI generated, it still created over 300,000 views.
Mm-hmm. But
which
that?
Most people get 500 views.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
So
So I just looked at this right now, and you guys can write this down if you want. If it makes any sense. It's called Real Estate Clone 360. Mm-hmm. And what it's telling me, if I could be wrong, what it's telling me that these are just shorts. They're not big long things. So like this thing here is like 30, 40 minutes long.
Yeah.
Aren't your shorts about, 8 seconds or so? Can short find out whether it's fake AI or not?
Well, I am noticing now on Instagram
gonna
you have to
say.
disclose that it is AI generated. There's a new button when you make a
Yeah.
post
I was
that
just gonna
says,
say that too.
is it AI generated? It's a toggle, yes or no.
Yeah.
And it has a whole AI policy now that you have to disclose that you are using AI.
Yep.
So-
And now they're at Buzz Conference, they were saying because of this tab, they also have it on YouTube too. Whenever I post anything on YouTube, I have to say if it's AI or not. Now they're starting to say if it is AI on Instagram or something, Instagram's not going to show it to people as much because they don't want AI on there. So
So the formula is not going to be to your favor because it's going to limit who gets to see it organically as well.
Anyway, so everybody's talking about AI this and AI that, and I'm trying to find practical solutions that you can use AI for that can actually help your business instead of just being some encyclopedia.
Yeah, so their solution to the using AI would be to get a script and read the script that AI gives you. So if you don't know what to say and you don't know what to film, you say to ChatGPT, what should I film today? Give me a script, tell me what's in the video, and ChatGPT will give you everything you need, but you have to do it. Sora would be the alternate app. It only films 10 seconds though, so you really can't get a big script or anything out there.
Yeah, I can see Sora. Sora, I don't like Sora at all.
Yeah,
but
Sora's
this one
fun.
looked interesting. It's Real Estate Clone 360, and basically if I read it right, you take some videos of yourself doing this and doing that and talking blah blah blah, and then after that, you load up a couple of photos to this website there. You write your script, and then the computer will read the script for you with your voice in your face.
Yeah. So I don't know what the right answer is.
Well, I think it'll be disclosed.
AI would get you to do the videos we just don't know if it's the right way to do it, right? It's like getting someone else to do your cold calling from you in another country.
You don't know when the water's cold till you put your foot in it.
True.
Gotta
He's saying do something, right?
Do something. Has anyone tried the AI videos or anything?
I did the Sora.
Yeah.
Like, I think the Sora is fun because it's so obvious.
It's funny. Yeah.
It's so obviously
obvious,
AI.
I'm missing an arm,
Exactly.
like,
Yes.
I
It's not meant to
Yeah.
be serious.
myself in the face with
Yeah.
the door, like,
Yeah.
but it was like just for fun and
Yeah.
a little comedic.
Yeah.
but
I think it's fun to pop in an AI video maybe once in a while, but maybe not make it your whole platform. Like maybe once in a while you're doing an AI, but then once in a while it's you. So I think maybe it's a mix is the actual solution.
Good. Okay, so for January, I haven't got all the numbers here, but we're about 18,400 active listings right now. I'm not sure what we ended up with, but it's about 18,500, let's say. Freeholds about 10,000, condos about 8,500. Vacancies still about 39% overall. Freeholds are 33% vacant. All condos are 47% vacant. So that's quite a bit, right? And the guys in Toronto, we all know people in Toronto have to pay 3% vacancy tax, and they're not sure whether that's effective or not, but we'll have to see how that happens. I'm not sure how effective.
crazy.
All people have to do is lie, right?
Pretty much.
Well, they're banking on the fact that you're not going to submit it. That's who they're making money off.
Yeah.
The ones that are not
The ones that are
guilty
ignoring
and
it.
not submitting it. So.
Sales for January, unfortunately, are down about 20%. Freeholds about 15%. Condos are down 26% for January. In January last year, we only had about 3,600 sales, so it wasn't a very strong month anyway. So this month here, I'm not sure how we're going to end up. Sales over sales over asking. 16% of all freeholds sold for asking. 8% of condominiums sold for over asking. So as you're saying, there is a bit of a thing going on there with the freeholds. It is a strategy. It's a good strategy. Daily 98 days. Projected for the month, we're going to have 3,031 sales. It's either going to be 32, and Trev always adds a couple. I don't know where they find them. Usually add a couple hundred. But I can't see Trev wanting to be less than 3,000 sales. We haven't seen less than 3,000 sales for 20 years or more, right?
Thanks.
So a long time. Compared to December sales, believe it or not, January sales were actually 16% less than December sales. And you think that December, with Christmas and everything else, would be worse than January, but January was actually worse than December. Mm-hmm. Why would that be? Cold weather?
Too cold to go shopping.
Really? How cold was it last year? Leases, almost 19,000 leases, 8,500 freeholds, 10,000 are condominium. Vacant for leases are 61%. So all properties for lease right now, 60% are vacant.
Wow.
So if you're looking for bargains, there they are, right? leases are actually 6% ahead last year, and they're actually 10% ahead of December. So leases actually themselves are actually going up a little bit, and who knows why. Good.
I think more people are just participating in the rental market that way. They're making moves and they're moving around and they're just not buying.
So January was a bit of a slow start, right?
Mm-hmm. But will it improve in February? It should.
I think so. We got more people here right now, so this tells you right away that things are going. What do you guys think? You guys feel some momentum coming up? Do you guys feel anything going on? Anybody sort of
There's a lot of
buyers
built
coming out
up
of the woodwork at all, or sellers coming out of the woodwork?
sellers.
A lot of
People are
leases.
talking.
Yeah.
People are talking.
Yep. Buzz conference, they did talk about leases, how they are ahead of sales.
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely a trend. The other thing we noticed at Buzz Conference, we went for both full days last week, and it was a little more broker focused, I would say, in terms of the speakers. It was all broker owners from different brands. But of the agents that went, the theme was that most agents that we talked to had their best year ever last year. So that was a unique
interesting.
theme, right?
Yeah.
There was multiple over and over. We heard that, and that's people that are attending the conference and looking to further their education. These are agents that have been in the business, I'd say, less than like 15 years, but more than like 10. So in that 10 to 15 range. These are people that had their best year
In
ever
this
last
area
year.
too, like not
Yeah, GTA area.
Yeah, GTA.
Yeah, like Georgina and North York and Durham even as well. So it's interesting to see that, right? Because I know there's a ton of agents that are not doing well, but there's people out there that are, really working every day. The theme was that they were prospecting every day, reaching out to their database every day, and working 40 to 50 hour work weeks as well, right? And they just
I
sort of
think
kept their systems
they
going.
increased their hours. Because for the last few years, maybe we were a little bit spoiled, but they had to get back to pre-pandemic working hours.
Yeah, the common thing was every deal sort of was more complex, took longer to get through, lots of conversations, lots of sign backs, lots of back and forth. So every deal felt a little bit like it took harder, but the deals were happening as well.
Yeah.
Other trends that we saw was, because we talked about AI, and it was more about this blend of still adding the human connection, the relationship, doing the physical showings with AI components as well. So that was a big theme, is that it's here and everyone's getting used to it, but that there still is a human component. Talked a lot about condos, talked about, the fact that our housing starts have been the worst ever, I think, since the 90s. That obviously was really bad. But because of that, the theme was if anybody that could close on their pre-construction condos was to hold it. And to hold it at least until 2029 seems to be this magic year where they think it's going to be the convergence of the starts and the condo demand sort of coming together. And so anyone that was able to close on that pre-construction was to hold it and not try to offload
I think
it.
they were saying that for a lot of condo owners. If you've got some investors that maybe even have resale right now that are thinking about selling and they can keep it, to maybe get them to hold on to 2029 seemed to be the magic year for condos right now.
Yeah. Anything else that you noticed from Buzz Conference? Takeaways?
Those are probably the biggest ones.
I think you're going to talk a lot about the OTBX, what he recommended for videos. Too,
That was
some
what we
future
talked
training.
about, yeah.
Exactly. Okay, other tales and, or I guess, sort of trends I'm noticing. Power sale was the same as last week, so not much changes that way. So just watching that trend as well. Just so you know, on your Century 21 websites, we recently launched the ability to show sold data. So that was a point of contention for a long time. They had to work with Treb to get the feeds up. But if you are someone that's using your Century 21 website as a way to direct traffic, if you're using the market valuation or neighborhood news search, you could actually sign up for people to be able to log into your website to see sold data. So that all depends on your strategy and how you communicate with your clients and what you're putting out to drive traffic to. So if you want to know more about how to do that, let Ginny know. She knows the process to apply for the Val link. We turned it on for our brokerage website, but otherwise,
Yep.
yeah. I don't know if you were going to talk about Canva or...
No, go for it.
Century 21 has partnered with Canva on a corporate level to introduce a plan, the pro plan to you for, I think, around 65 Canadian dollars. We'll
Yeah.
verify that.
Which is good. I think we pay about $250 for the pro accounts a year, so this will be a pretty big discount. So I believe they're charging agents back for it. So
Yep.
we'll keep an eye out for that Canva discount.
That'll be helpful.
That'll be a good one.
And then I don't know, Ren, to put you on the spot, were you going to talk about your Chris Leader program at all? Or were you going to introduce that?
It's David Greenspan.
Or sorry, David Greenspan?
I don't have the details yet.
Okay.
Okay.
Next Monday for sure.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so stay
I will
tuned.
talk to you guys first then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, cool. All right. Otherwise, I can get in some, that was just some trends I'm noticing right now. So regarding AI, Claire, you're looking for ways for people to integrate AI. What I'm reading, it's more about your workflows and more about how you're using your own systems, using AI, not necessarily in your social media too, but it's in your emails, not just with listing descriptions, but in your actual day-to-day, in your lead management and how you're going to use AI. I know we've got some agents here who are using it in terms of trying to book appointments and using chatbots to communicate, and they're using AI to do that. Marketing is another big area. As an example, I don't know if you saw the news, but Mave is an AI company from Canada that just got $5 million in funding, and we're going to meet with them this week to find out what they're about. But what I know of it is it's a tool where, similar to our Century 21 Marketing Center, if you've got a new listing, you'll get an actual text message that says, congratulations on your new listing. Would you like to advertise it to Instagram or whatever your platforms are? And it's using AI as a workflow to post these things to your social media account. So it's probably using a bit of graphic design AI as well to come up with the content for your listings as well, but we'll find out more about that. But Canadian's actually a big hub for AI tech companies, which is kind of fun. So they're one of many companies that have been invested in this year in the GTA area. And they're saying that real estate is a big focus. It's always been part of our Ontario economy. Real estate's a big focus, but so is AI. And so there's companies in Toronto and in the GTA, they're going to help fund that. But there's about 13 million funding on just new housing and AI components of that as well. So you're going to see a lot more stuff come into play. Especially if you look at across Canada, 50% of AI startups were in the Greater Toronto area. So that's some good news for our economy and some funding as well. In other words, it's going to come more than just social media as well. You're going to be using it day to day.
Maybe that will solve your problem for the AI videos.
Yeah.
Because they're a new company and they're open to ideas. So maybe we pitch an idea.
Did they talk about money at all?
That's what we are meeting with them about.
I'm sure part of their sales pitch this week will.
No one gives their meeting until they give the presentation.
But hey, they just got $5 million in funding.
It must be okay.
Maybe do something.
This is negative, I think, or is it? Somebody, one of our agents there, just said his name. One of our agents used to have a thing called about real estate. How real estate, and then you got your real estate business, then you got parasites. Sad name.
Oh.
What's a better name for a parasite?
I don't know. I don't know where you're going with it.
I only think of like a leech
Go to
or
Star Wars and figure out if somebody goes in there and takes over your body.
Like a cancer. Cancer.
Who would there be? Real estate, you got home inspectors. Pick in your pocket. You got stagers, pick in your pocket. You got these AI guys now, pick in your pocket. They just everything's sort of growing after the real estate side, right? It's funny.
Well, look at your prop tech. Look how many new tools prop tech has partnered with, right? It's almost overwhelming how many different tools there are available to you.
It's amazing.
But use it to reframe it into a positive way. There's lots of good tools out there if you do your research and investigate and spend your money correctly. Just don't get caught up.
It also shows you how important the real estate business is. Like, if the real estate market's going down, look at all those other things that are going down with it, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Mortgage companies, movers, painters. I mean, just snowballs, right?
Yeah. Everything. Restaurants, like the world.
Yeah, it works both ways.
You're the world's best friend.
Not many headlines in terms of what 2026 is going to look like compared to 2025. It sort of feels like it's going to be exactly the same, if not maybe a tiny bit worse in terms of number of sales. So it's sort of not positive or negative in terms of headlines. But we know for sure it's going to kind of continue on with what's been happening, right? So I think people are starting to ignore that part of it, and I still think that job security is what's driving most of our slowness right now. I don't know if it's the cold or things like that, but I think it's people are worried, honestly, about their jobs. I don't know if you would agree or not.
Yeah, I've been reading people are worried about jobs, but people are just worried about like overall expenses of life. Just everything is expensive. So when they have to spend money on a mortgage, it's just adding to like groceries and gas, and just the cost of life is expensive. Traveling is expensive. Yeah. So I think it's just everything's just expensive. So it's making people hold off a little.
That's what I'm reading as well. And I am reading that there is still pent-up demand from the past 3 years of people that have been waiting for interest to go down, and they want to do something, but they haven't made that leap yet. And we know interest is pretty stable. It's going to stay like that probably for the next little bit. So that's not the real issue. It's more just building up some confidence. And I think anyone that's secure in their employment, has a good job, is in an industry that's not threatened by tariffs or things like that, they might be the ones to be making some moves. And then otherwise, it's people that always
Need
meet
to move.
meet the need to move. So the divorces, the deaths, the things like that. That's most of our listing appointments are people that are no
Deaths.
longer need their home anymore. Right? It's not. I'm not seeing my upsizers as much as I used to. A lot of my people that want bigger, better are just renovating their current home, and they're just saving on land transfer tax and commissions and things like that.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm
A lot of the
seeing.
boomers dealing with their parents right now.
Yep. In terms of Toronto condos, again, I would be curious to see more stats on this rather than just from a few brokers. But what they're saying is that there are a lot of private equity firms that are now scooping up these pre-construction condos. So there's a whole slew of inventory that's been left from pre-sales that didn't happen, and as well as projects that have happened that haven't been able to sell on the assignment or resale market. But there's a small group of what they call like medium investors and private equity investment funds that are buying it with the speculation of a couple of years from now, they know that it's going to turn around a little bit. So it looks like there's a bit of a demand, small, I would really say, they're buying them, renting them out, keeping them till 2030. So this is like a really long-term plan, and then flipping them at that point. So there's a couple brokers that are talking about it. Again, I don't have enough stats to be super confident in it myself. Like I don't know if it's 3 buildings that got sold and now it's creating this trend, or if truly there are investment firms looking for opportunities like this. Is there anyone that's working with investors who have approached you and said that they're looking for unique opportunities or distressed sales or multiple units in our field?
What about commercial? Or is that world?
They're
Yeah.
looking for a deal, right?
Yeah.
So this happened in Florida too. Remember Florida had their meltdown there years ago? And what would happen here, that these hedge funds, these investors, they'd buy like 50 units at a time
Yeah.
from the builders, from the developers. And I
Yeah.
think this is going on right now. If you're a condo developer there, and you've got all this inventory, and they're saying it's 95-year drop or something, or whatever it is, the least amount of sales for the last.
They're saying since
Whatever.
the 90s, like almost ever, yeah.
So now these hedge funds go to, go to a builder, developer, and say, okay, I'll buy 10 of them. Give me a deal.
Yeah, yeah, and they're calling them mini funds. So it could be like anywhere 5 or 10 guys will get together, take down 20, 30, 50 units, and they have a long-term plan together. And they're saying that some people they're doing things.
2029.
Somebody's crying.
There's gonna hold on. Yeah.
No, Trump stopped that in the States. Remember Trump said
Oh,
that
yeah.
he's going to stop the institutional lenders from bulk buying residential homes? And it was happening in Canada as well, but not in Toronto. Toronto prices are too much. They're buying out in Kitchener, Waterloo, places like that. They're buying bulk.
Yeah.
So these are the types of things they're talking about too.
Yeah.
So if you've got, your clients are selling stuff, these guys are buying stuff.
There's a group of accountants and lawyers that are teaming
Accountants?
together and buying
Right.
lots of stuff.
So I'm saying, so don't think the market's a mess here. No, it's not. Some guys are betting
gotta
that
get
the market's
creative.
going to be creative.
Going after infills.
Yeah, like the regular people only bought 87 new condos in the entire GTA, but
And it shows what happens, right? Here's a company here, it's just on the same thing. These guys here were working in Northern Ontario, and they were buying during the peak, and they bought 400 properties. You got this one too?
no, I didn't. But you should explain that one.
So
yeah.
they bought $90 million worth of property in Northern Ontario. Timmins, Belcaron, Sault Ste. Marie, Kirkland Lake, blah blah blah, like way up north, right? And they went bankrupt. So they had to sell these units there, and they're selling them for prices like.
I'm
What do
sure.
you guess? And the reason
Like
I'm saying this,
100K.
that during the 21-22, we had people here that were buying stuff or wanted to buy stuff in Kirkland Lake and Timmins because the prices were so good, and we tried to tell them like it's a different market up there. It's not Toronto. I mean, if these guys sell a house in 20 years ago, it's the same price today. Nothing's changed, right? So they bought these places, and they're selling them for. Here's
Yeah.
one here that was sold for. Let's see. Had to be reduced from $225,000, and it was reduced down to $189. Finally sold for $120,000.
Wow.
This is the type of stuff we're talking about, right? So you talk about Northern Ontario. It's a different world out there.
Yeah.
One guy here, he's trying to sell a $160,000 place. No, he sold it for $95,000. It has a $160,000 mortgage on it.
It's like one of our parking spots.
Yeah.
So
No,
Trump-
literally.
So RICO has a rule, just so you know, RICO has a rule saying that you're not allowed to trade in real estate where you're not competent in there. So if you're buying stuff in Balcarron, Ontario, and you're from Toronto, you don't know what you're doing, right? So you got to be very, very careful. So you better to refer to somebody local that knows what's going on.
Yeah, sure. On the positive side, what I'm reading, I thought this was kind of funny. You saw that too?
Yeah.
it can only go up from here. Right?
Hopefully.
That's what most speculators are saying. We kind of hit
We
the
hit
bottom.
the bottom?
When you see the
So the good way.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think that they can take a chance here.
Yeah.
I mean, January, we just saw January results, but February can it be worse? It's only going to go up
No.
from here. So that's a good thing.
But there's less days.
There's what?
Less days. and stuff.
Well, true.
It's okay. They're all going to come out at the same time.
That's true.
The FOMO will happen.
I saw some interesting stats on Instagram from the story team. It was looking at sold prices versus the time on market. So this is if you're trying to explain to a seller about pricing it right in that first week. Usually we show you like a time pricing graph, but this could also maybe help you. There's some stats that show that any property sold within 30 days gets 98% of asking. So it's pretty close to full asking. If it's sold within 30 to 60 days, it only gets 96% of asking. And if it's sold after 60 plus days, it's only going to get 95% of asking. So to show you that the longer the property sits in the market, the more pricing power you give up over time. So you hear a lot, I'm waiting for the right buyer. The right buyer will come and give us the right price.
I'm not in a rush.
I'm waiting for the right price, the right buyer. But that waiting is going to cost you about 2% as time goes on. So it's really critical. So use these things when you're talking to sellers to get that price right, because they're not fully aligned. I think they're getting closer and closer as the months go on. But you need to be able to show stats to them of why, because they're just chasing it over and over, and you're just going to be chasing the conversation and having the same thing every 2 weeks. So. Go for it, Claire, if you've got
You want to read
stuff.
this one?
Nope. I don't know what you printed.
No?
Go for it.
This is an article here. It's just kind of fun. He's giving renters, people who want to rent a property, he's giving them some advice on when to start your apartment hunting. So even though they're talking about renters, very easy to say this to property buyers as well. All right? And he's saying here, what to know, winter trends. Winter tends to have fewer listings. So we're in the winter right now.
Oh,
Yes.
Winter tends to have fewer listings but less competition.
Because it's too cold outside.
So in other words, fewer listings, 18,000 listings, less people buying them, right? Giving renters or buyers more leverage to negotiate. So if you got a buyer that says I want to wait, like they're saying here, now is a better time to do it because there's less competition, meaning there's less people wanting to buy. So it's better off. When the spring market says it's going to bring more inventory, which it does. But it's also going to bring more choices, but it's also rising competition. So you're going to get more buyers if they come to the market. So now you're competing against 4 other people. You might be competing against 8 people come spring. The reason why you want to maybe think about doing something sooner than later, all right? Well-priced units will move quickly, and the buyers need to be quick on that. So when new inventory comes in the spring and it's priced right, it's going to sell right away. So make sure your buyer's got to be ready right there and then, right? Summer market's the peak when the highest demand for fast turnover. They're saying actually the summer they're saying the prices should be actually getting more, and then the fall market slows down. There's limited inventory. So again, they're saying that now you better make a decision now than later because there's less competition right now. If you're a buyer, if you're a seller, same thing. I know
Even
it's gonna
seller, the
happen.
inventory is lower right now.
Well, it's 18,000, right? But Sanic believes it's going to go up to 30,000. So that's
40 now.
Oh.
That's new.
Which is not good for a seller.
We can do that in our sleep. Now I want to see if we get 40,000.
Oh.
based on what?
My feelings.
I don't want that much inventory.
That's a lot.
Put your feelings away.
Put your feelings away and give me some facts.
Those are the facts. We hit 32. Why can't we get more than that?
Yeah, true. We've been encouraging sellers to go now because the inventory is low, and if everyone's waiting for the spring, they're going to have more competition.
All right, so here, put a
I don't know.
set of hands here, okay? So who believes that the Treb's going to maybe have the opportunity to get 40,000 active listings at one time?
That's a lot.
How many people believe 30,000?
But we can already do that. That's easy.
All right, so can you convince your clients, both buyers and sellers, that more inventories to their advantage or to their disadvantage?
Seller disadvantage, buyer advantage.
I think it's disadvantage for both. Because there's more inventory, that means there's more buyers out there too. So that you're competing against more buyers, and if you're listing, you're competing against more sellers. So I think, again, you're better off to do it today than later on.
But I've also realized, like, in that 30,000 active listings, the buyers in, like, this decision paralysis, because it's just like, there's a lot of options. Like, why don't I just wait?
Well, they are waiting, and they're waiting for prices to
They're
come
waiting
down
for
even
more
more
inventory.
too. And we're telling them, don't wait.
Don't wait.
Come do something now, especially if you see something that you like.
Yeah, I think it's all about finding the property. Like, don't time the market. If the house that you love pops up, then buy it. But
Yeah.
you can't wait for the right house.
No. I also saw some other rental stats too. Last year, rental activity peaked in July. And this was not just necessarily in terms of the rentals, like the lease, but actually the lead volumes that agents were getting to do rents. And that doesn't surprise me because
We had a
August
really weird
was our
one.
record-breaking amount of leases last year. Like it was crazy, crazy town it deal had been. So just keep that in mind for this summer. But then some other interesting stats was that Mondays was the most active day for agents to receive rental leads. So keep an eye on that. Or if you're running rental ads, which I know Claire doesn't want you to do, but if you are doing that, Mondays might be a good day because it is a day where people, I guess, are on their computer looking at the start of the week. They're thinking about making a move. And that the timing of the volume was that the peak engagement occurred around 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. and then again between 7 and 8 p.m. So
Lunch
it comes
and
to be
after
around
dinner.
lunchtime or they're getting bored at work, they're about to go home, or then it's after dinner, right around 7 and 8. And Canada was one of the top countries driving rental searches during this time, 2025, which was just behind the United States, United Kingdom, India, and France.
No, Canada was first then.
Canada, yeah.
Weird.
And then in terms of features that renters were looking for, this is nothing new, but just so this is when you're trying to capture leads or engagement. This is kind of what things
When you're
might
picking
pique
a property,
a lead
yeah.
magnet, right? So things that are pet friendly, parking available, ensuite laundry, utilities were included, dishwasher, having a balcony, having a gym or fitness center, especially ensuite laundries was really important to people, and then a bit of a focus on convenience and wellness. And then listings that performed the best in terms of like engagement and impressions and leads was older buildings with renovated finishes and modern finishes, competitive pricing, and strong accessibility to urban areas. So things that were close to the subway, GO train, things like that. Also said that ads with 18 or more photos attracted more leads. I don't know why that particular number, but it was 18 or more photos attracted more engagement and more leads. So that's only if you're running some ads or you're trying to get some engagement online. Maybe Mondays is a good idea to do that.
And I think I put that in the WhatsApp group that every agent should probably have at least 2 lease listings and 2 sales. Oh my gosh, on Facebook Marketplace. So a cheaper listing, or cheaper lease and a more expensive lease, and a cheaper resale and a more expensive one. Just at all times, just having it running. It's not going to cost you guys too much time or money.
That's kind of it for me.
You all have clients that are landlords. They rent out properties, condominiums, right? So my condominium just I'm on the lower floor, but on the 22nd floor there was a leak. 22nd floor condo, and went underneath and went down to all the other ones underneath there. So I just got a letter here, just so you know. Management company says, yeah, we got a leak. Management company, my building is responsible for the drywall, but beyond that, the landlord's responsible for everything else. Flooring, appliances, ceiling, electrical, anything else damages. It's up to your own insurance to cover that, not the building insurance and not your tenant insurance. So I had one client years ago that didn't, well, no. Anyways, it doesn't matter. When you guys talk to your landlords, do your landlords have landlord insurance?
I tell them.
Do the landlords have landlord insurance? I know you guys ask for tenant insurance,
Landlord insurance.
but you guys have landlord insurance.
I think you need it for a mortgage.
You need it.
Because if you don't, you're in trouble, right?
Yeah.
I think you have to have it just for your mortgage.
Just for your
anyways.
mortgage. Yeah.
Right? You have to have it for your mortgage anyways,
Unless they cancel it
right?
in between.
But people can cancel, once they get their mortgage or once the tenant moves in, they can cancel their insurance, right? And you might have a landlord that says, well, the tenant's got insurance. That's true, but the tenant shows you a piece of paper insurance, but you can cancel it tomorrow. Right? So that's why you have to have tenant or landlord insurance for a rented property.
Yeah.
It's not that much, $600 a year maybe? Right?
It's a write-off.
It's a write-off. Anyway, so just so you know, I mean, if floods and that happen, and basically the management company just said, hey, we brought in somebody to clean up the water, but beyond that, you're on your own.
Did it affect your unit?
No.
Okay, good.
That's too far down. So.
Oh man.
Where was this?
Toronto.
Toronto. It's just insurance in general. So. Realtor.ca is now starting to advertise. They're for profit, and the first people that are paying them to be on the Realtor.ca website is RBC. RBC will be advertising, and any leads that RBC gets, they're supposedly going to pay Realtor.ca for any leads that they get. So that's pretty powerful.
I think all of Canada too.
Well, yeah,
RBC.
It would be. Well, Realtor.ca, so it has to be national. So it'd be hard for an individual guy like a mortgage broker to be in there, but maybe they'll do something in the future too.
Actually, I was talking to DLC president. They said the leads were so low quality and they walked out of it. So we were paying for it. Coming to DLC.
From Realtor.ca?
Yeah. And they said the leads were so bad.
Interesting. I would think Realtor.ca has like the higher quality versus like an agent locator
Too easy
type
for
lead.
people to just
Yeah.
send out whatever
Huh.
they want and then everybody has to jump.
Interesting, eh?
The funny thing is that RBC tried to do their own app called Housewell or something like that, and tried to decline them the Val
Oh,
feed.
yeah.
So now it just went to
So they
Realtor.ca.
went,
and
they went
got
to the
it.
higher up instead of Treb. They went to
So
Canada.
we're still doing our leads, our lead program.
Still are.
Just so you know, I mean, there's recruiting season's almost over. I mean, you guys would have had 1,000 phone calls from all the competitors out there, and the new flavor right now is AI lead gen leads.
We provide them.
They're the same leads as we're getting right now. So
Yeah.
So if somebody thinks that your whole career is going to be based on somebody giving you leads, and you think that's going to be your career, it's not. Right? It's less than 1%.
I think it was like
Conversion
0.0
rate if you follow it up.
if you do it properly, yeah.
Right? If you follow it, so it's there. We do it.
And we have an AI generated thing that follows up with the leads on its own too through email marketing and stuff, and that's supposed to be the nurturing part.
But if you want to get involved with it, there's lead gen companies called Commission Inc. and Agent Locator and blah blah blah. But when I'm told to have any impact at all, you got to spend a minimum $1,000 a month.
Yep. I looked into transferring our, because we get a lot of Scarborough, so a lot of agents are like, why are you guys only Scarborough? And it's because we've been in the lead program for 7 years now. So my cost per lead is a lot cheaper for Scarborough versus me starting a whole new campaign in Durham, for example. It would cost me about $7 a lead versus I think it's less than $1 a lead or something like that. So that is why we haven't moved to a bigger area, because the cost per leads is more expensive.
But I'm told that the leads that you give are not, again, the quality's like Brian's saying. You got
Yeah.
leads from Realtor.ca, whereas the quality's just not there. Right?
Yeah, I think the conversion, we have a WhatsApp group. If you guys know about the leads, I think our conversion rate's probably very, very small.
So if you're diligent and you're working on 3-4 hours a day on nothing but leads, 3-4 hours a day, you might get that conversion rate to 1.5%, 2%, right? But that's by working hard on it. The reason why it doesn't work for mortgage brokers, I'll be bold here. You give somebody a lead, the person phones once, the person picks up, doesn't pick up, that's the end of the lead.
Yep.
There's no follow-up again. So we are our own worst enemies as well.
I think it's the same with real estate agents
Real estate
too.
agents are
You guys
probably
probably yep, tried calling, tried texting, no one got back, and they're on to the next. So
It's like the old joke, hey, did you phone that client? Yeah, I did. What'd they say? Oh, I left a message. Guess I should have been more specific. Did you talk to your client?
yeah,
I don't have anything else.
that's it.
Any sellers, buyers?
I just had some tales from the streets from this week. One was a listing presentation we went to last week, and it was funny, at the end of the conversation, Carly said, "Can you rate us?" And she asked for a rating.
That's actually not what I. No.
You asked for him to rate what was your...
No, I said, is there any, based on everything you've heard today, do you like what we have to present? And he's like, do you want your rating? I
Yes.
said, I don't want the actual rating. I just.
Yeah. But he had a couple interesting statements, because obviously we're competing at a listing. I was giving him our seller's guide that had client testimonials in it, and he's like, oh, but are they updated testimonials? I was like, yeah, from the last probably year or so. He's like, that's funny, because another agent gave me his testimonials from 1965. So, guys, please don't be those agents. If you guys are giving your sellers testimonials and updates, make sure they're recent, or take the date out or something on it, because sellers pay attention to this. What was the other thing?
Stats.
Oh, it's stats. I wrote state, but I meant stats. Very interesting too, because we tell you guys to talk about the stats, right? And talk about the market and whatnot, but we also tell you to read the room, right? So this guy was very clearly not a guy that's gonna sit in a room and listen to me talk about statistics. So it's one of these guys that talked about everything but real estate in every single room. I think each room took us about 30 minutes to get through because he had so many stories of anything. But stats. He said one guy sat with him and all he did was read through pages and pages and pages of stats. And he's like, he got bored. And then even in his follow-up emails from that agent, he was like, and then the guy afterwards was still sending me follow-up emails of 6 pages of stats. So if you do not have a stats guy, do not, like you talk about the stats in a way like, how many days on market are we expecting when we go on live? What are the recent sales for? Like very basic stats. We had the one pager of our stats, but a guy like that, you have to read the room when to do a presentation and when not to. This was a guy you're not going to do a formal presentation with. But if you're going to be sitting at a kitchen table with an accountant, lawyer, whatever type of guy, yeah, he's probably going to ask you. But it was just really good lessons for us because we teach you guys on how to be knowledgeable about the market and all that and how a presentation should look like. But you have to understand that you have to read the room as well and what client you're facing and be able to mimic what type of behavior they are. Like this guy was in a hoodie. He was a very casual type of guy. So you kind of changed the tone a little bit, but I thought it was a good lesson for you guys if you're going out and doing presentations. I haven't double checked this as well, but I wanted to, if you guys, or is anyone on Realm or on your apps? I want you guys to look up a property and what not to do. I'm not gonna put the address on there, but I'll give you guys the MLS number. But if you guys look up is anyone on there? 127-312-88. And then tell me what you guys see. Thank you.
Can you do it again? E127?
E for effort.
E127-312-88. I'll show Claire too. As you will see, this person put screenshots of a listing from his phone, and this is on MLS.
Winner.
Thankfully, it's not anyone with us.
And AI is going to catch that. They're going to get a letter soon.
So I want to make sure that you guys are not doing stuff like this, and we do look at the listings, and you do need to take, like, these are nice photos. It's really unfortunate. I don't know if he took the photos from another brokerage, but even the whole screenshot he could have cropped out, right?
He took a whole screenshot of
a whole screenshot of the time, his phone battery, like, everything is on there that should not be on there.
They were good enough to mention that it's brick veneer on the
Yeah, so like, guys, when you guys are putting, and I know it's not you guys, but
this is an AI brokerage, by the way.
this is a cloud-based brokerage.
Cloud
These
AI
guys are
brokerage.
high tech, and it's embarrassing, right? So make sure when you guys are doing your photos, even if it's a lease, we should be hiring professional photographers. Right now, like Ming, he'll charge you $100. He'll go in, he'll take photos. You'll have photos if they ever want to relist it, put it on the market. But if my client saw that, I'm surprised. I actually was surprised it's still up there.
Yeah.
No, like his client isn't like, sir, what are you doing? But
that was one thing we
anyways.
learned at Buzz too. They talked about every listing you have is an investment. So every listing you have is an opportunity for you to market and advertise and get more listings.
That's
So
embarrassing.
it's from the start, from your photos, from your marketing and your open houses, that whole one listing could get you more listings. That's the whole point.
Yeah, so don't do what that one did. Okay, other things that are happening, events. Last week we did Tech Day. I think we heard some good feedback from Tech Day, right? That's on our YouTube channel if you haven't watched it. That was with Sanic last week, and I think we handed out the presentation earlier. This week we're going to be doing how to retire. So we're going to do a really good session. It's going to be here in person, 11 a.m. on Wednesday, and it'll be online. But this is not just for my agents that are looking to retire. This is also for our newer agents that hopefully would like to retire in the future. And I think it's just Claire and I, or you're coming too?
Depending on the office.
We'll see how the office goes at Ajax, but I think we're going to be giving you guys 6 different ways to retire. So like not all of them are going to be the same. So we'll talk about databases. I'm going to get Claire to talk a little bit about investments and maybe stocks, since he took his stock course one time. So we're going to learn about how to invest your commission money and stuff like that, and then how you can sell your book of business if you're an agent thinking about taking over another agent's business, stuff like that. This will be a good session for you guys. So that'll be Wednesday at 11 a.m. Updates on the Ajax office. It's coming along. What would you say? We're done painting?
We're done painting. We're aiming for agents to access it this Thursday or Friday, depends on how my day goes this afternoon.
We're gonna start with Laura first, get her all settled in. We want to get some new logos, and we want to change the branding up, obviously, because it was a previous brokerage before us. So we want to get out some of that branding and whatnot. But it's going good so far, which is nice.
So physically, you're going to move the photocopier from?
That is our challenge right now, is the photocopier. So if you guys use the printer at Harwood, for scanning in particular, we will have a printer there, the smaller one, but if you guys plan on going to Ajax to do color printing or scanning, that printer is going to be at the new office. So we are physically moving it. You cannot go to the new office until we let you guys go there, but if you had plans to, you could maybe go to the Pickering Village office. That will have a scanner there as well. So just if you show up and there's no printer, then just message us, but Pickering Village is down the street, so if someone does end up in a pickle, we'll just send you guys to that office. Just a couple days. It's going to be a weird transition.
Ironically, the photocopier and the agents coming is fully aligned. It's like an art to try to time both. So I'm just trying to make sure that those are the only
you
two
wouldn't
things
think about the printer,
left over.
but
like phones, computers, all that's easy. It's the photocopier that's like really critical.
It's weird
in this art of moving. But yes,
so we will stay tuned, but don't be in shock. We will be doing agent on duty at that office. I'm getting a lot of agents asking me. We're going to get a sign out there. We haven't decided what's going on the sign, but we're going to allow agents to sign up for agent on duty, which means you'll be sitting in the office.
I like your floor time better.
Floor time. Yeah, we're going to think about a cool name for it because agent on duty just sounds silly, but
old.
We're going to have something where an agent will be in there either a morning shift or an afternoon shift. I think we should even do weekends as well because Carly was saying the restaurant next door had a lineup next door to it. So we thought even if you guys didn't want to do open houses, maybe your open house is at the office. There won't be an admin there, but if you guys want to do like a little weekend shift, we'll do some online signups for that. So we'll keep you guys posted for all that stuff. And then otherwise, awards is February 26th. So that's this month. So February 26th, save the date, and we'll send more details for that.
Yes.
I think that's it, right?
I think so. Anything online? Any questions, comments?
No questions.
Okay, good.
Any listings?
Any listings anyone needs help to sell?
Alex, do I ask?
I sold the house.
I've been dying to know. Okay, good. And then as I said, I was like, wait,
We just have one more to go.
2 more. Sorry, I had to. We've been asking every week now. Okay, good. 1. That's good. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, anything else? Good. Okay, have a good week. Take care. See you.